Tachim in Tel Aviv. They won't be put off by playing in, what you call it, the B arena for Asvel, the Astrobal. Home to Villeurbanne for many years, the Astrobal. It's a unique atmosphere in here. Very steep-sided stadium, but it's only limited in terms of the overall attendance. This is not the 20,000 you get at the Oaka in Athens or in the Belgrade Arena in Serbia, or even the 12,000 you get at Menorah Miftahim. It's somewhat more intimate, but this team has had its ups and downs, and fair to say more downs this season than ups. But Coach Poupé wants them to keep growing. This is a team, he's got a system in place. He wants them to play the way he wants them to do, and looking to explore their options beyond the EuroLeague, out of contention for going to the playoffs. But it's not for a lack of talent, that's for sure. Always the Jumbotron overhead tells the story of the team. Get the fans engaged before the initial introductions for Villeurbanne. Voici l'empereur de l'arène, le roi de l'Astrobal, for Asvel, this will be their genuine 32nd game of the season. Maccabi, they still have one game to make up, having played just 30. That game will be played on Sunday the 12th of April, by which time every team will have played the same amount of games. Until that point in time, when we look at the standings, it's the number of losses teams have that really tell the difference. Asvel currently sitting in last position with 23 losses, but they've got their eyeball on Paris, who have 21 losses, so they're only 2 games back of them. Although in the one column, it's 4 games difference, but that's because Paris have played 2 more games. And the same is true for Maccabi. If they win their makeup game, they will certainly be in the mix to get to that top 10. Chasing the likes of Monaco, Barcelona, Panathinaikos, Žalgiris, Dubai and Milan. You have to say right now, Maccabi are the cutoff point. Any team below them is maybe not mathematically, but realistically out of contention to get into the top 10 and achieve the playoffs in the EuroLeague this season. 20 teams in the EuroLeague. Top 6 qualify for the playoffs by right. Then 7 through 10 have the playing games to decide who finishes in 7th and 8th. That takes us to the best of 5 quarterfinals, and then ultimately we go for the Jamboree, which is the Final 4 in Athens this season. Starting lineups first for the visitors. Jimmy Clark III gets the start at the point guard tonight, alongside Lonnie Walker, Jalen Horde. No surprise to see him and Roman Sorkin. And Will Raymond fills the final spot in place of O'Shea Brissett. For Villeurbanne, well, again, no surprises there. Paul Abua has been outstanding recently, gets the starting nod. And rare to see a team with 3 centers listed in the starting lineup. That's just the way they've been designated. Traore and Abua can more than confidently play away from the basket. Traore has been making 3-point shots for fun recently. His team is young, energetic, enthusiastic. And they would relish the opportunity to take down a team that they have not beaten in their last 9 attempts. Officials ready for this one. Crew chief, center of your picture there, Miguel Angel Perez. Hope the referees keep the game going along at a nice, healthy pace. and don't have too many controversies to deal with, although difficult as that is in this, the EuroLeague, the most competitive basketball league in the world. Every single game matters, even for a team like Villeurbanne that has got no chance of making the playoffs. They will be very keen to be disruptor for the team that they welcome this evening from Tel Aviv. For Maccabi, well, start the season as they do every year with designs on being one of the best teams in the EuroLeague. Their confirmation where Thomas Hurtel, 9th all-time in assists. 10th this season with 4.9 per game, so he's still getting it done in his veteran years. Say the 29 points from Lonnie Walker was a career high in round 15. What a celebration that was. It was a tough victory for Maccabi that night, but win they did. 6-time EuroLeague champions Maccabi, one of the longest 10-year clubs in EuroLeague history. Villeurbanne not lifted the EuroLeague crown, but they're certainly ready to get down to business tonight. Round 32 of the EuroLeague regular season. It will be Roman Sorkin against Bastien Vautier for the jump ball. In this unique environment that is the Astrobal, the ball is up, tipped and controlled by the home side. The start of the game will be important for Maccabi, particularly on the road, and also for Villeurbanne, because they want to establish their momentum here at home. Paul Abua dribbles into trouble, turns it over, and there straight away we've got the Walker against Angola matchup that we want to keep an eye on as the key head-to-head. Walker pulls the trigger from deep, misses the 3, offensive rebound, Jimmy Clark! And Clark opens his account with the free throw line jump shot. Villeurbanne on the move. Angola checks the time he's got left. It's not very much. It's enough to ship the ball on with Armel Traore. Comes up short with the 3. Defensive rebound, Maccabi, and how's about that for coast-to-coast action from Jimmy Clark? Clark has very quietly gone about having a rock-solid season. He's opened the first 4 points for his home team, for his team. 3-pointer up and away, and is off the mark from Abua. Well, solid start defensively from Maccabi, albeit in the first 90 seconds. And their offense is not too bad either, although that 3-pointer from Walker went in and out. Exactly the shot that Villeurbanne wanted to see happen. Was the purpose of that full court pressure, but a sloppy pass that is stolen, then stolen back. And Traore is on the board, as is Villeurbanne. We heard Coach Katas talk about the mix-up of defenses that Villeurbanne will throw at you. Full court pressure, tight man-to-man, trapping man-to-man. Right now, just good old-fashioned half-court defense, and it comes up trumps again as Ward misses the 3. Watson, helter-skelter off the dribble, matched up against Raymond. Will Raymond straight away says, I don't want to guard this little point guard, let me foul him. First foul of the game for the number 11 of Maccabi. Reset of the shot clock, and Villeurbanne start their work again. Vautier called for the travel. It's a great pass, the big man was open, and And then it's look at his feet, he catches, he pivots. Oh, he definitely traveled. Good call by the referee, that little shuffle. Vautier has been real positive influence for Villeurbanne. Throwback big man. Very much operates around the basket. Although right now he's struggling to stay up with the defense. The attack of Roman Sorkin, but the help comes to the fore. And I think it's Paul Abua. Steps in the way, draws the charging foul. Good help defense from Villeurbanne. First turnover of the game for Maccabi. Low scoring affair so far. Neither one of these teams light the scoreboard up when they're not playing well. Villeurbanne are having some troubles. Clark with the steal. Jimmy Clark gets a steal just about every game, no matter what the stats say. Jimmy Clark is always going to jump in the lane and get a steal. Averaging over 1 a game. You see Clark with the first 4 points of the game. And the first true steal of the game. Half-court possession for Maccabi. Clark again working against Watson. Works his way through, and that's beautiful read of the game by Clark. Vautier comes to help, but he was always looking to drop back to Sorkin, and Clark just held onto the basketball till the lane opened, and he has got all 6 of his team's points. Asvel looking to throw the ball away again. That's a very difficult pass on the best of days, and the veteran David Lighty substituted into the game, trying to give his team a boost. They retain possession, 9 on the shot clock. Angola, guarded by Clark, calls for the high screen, which he does not use. He ships the ball on, and David Lighty pulls from 3 off the front of the rim, and that man Clark lights up his stat line again, this time with a rebound and another coast-to-coast layup. Jimmy Clark III goes to work, but his teammates get the technical foul. Yelling for a call from the referee. To the letter of the law, only the head coach can stand up. The players leapt up when he made that spectacular basket, but I think some of them probably also had a few choice words that the referee did not appreciate. So a technical foul is given to the bench of Maccabi. Glyn Watson misses the free throw. Well, naughty players sit back down. You say foul, technical foul called on the bench. You take your pick about who said the one thing. Clark clearly thought he was fouled, but he was so fast the referee probably couldn't keep his eyes up with it. 8-2 is the lead for the visitors. Maccabi make that 8-5 as David Lighty strokes from downtown. Assist for Thomas Hurtel. Walker against Lighty. Tries to kick to the corner. There's a foul though. Lighty a little too physical. See the pass there, the zip. And what you like about the reaction is Lighty's caught the ball in his shooting motion. So even though Walker comes out to defend, Lighty gets the shot away in good time. Well, that's a risky pass there. First mistake of the game by Jimmy Clark. Turnover for him, his team's second. 5 points to Asvel, 8 points to Maccabi, almost midway through the first period. Angola comes off the down screen. The lob inside. Massa working, nice footwork by the young big man. A pivot, a turn, a jump hook. And Bodian Massa is on the scoreboard, gets his team within 1. Clark again using his quickness to get open, but his attack is covered first by Thomas Hurtel and now by Bodian Massa, who forced the turnover. Well, after a fantastic start to the game for Jimmy Clark, he has back-to-back turnovers. Look at his help defense, though. Massa, feet active, moving, not touching. Beautiful footwork by Massa on the offensive end as well. Now, talking about players who like to get an assist, David Blatt enters for Maccabi. Leads his team in assists off the bench. Both teams now, subs are plenty. Bench players will be important as always, particularly this late in the season. You've got to make the best use of all players that come to your availability. Missed jump shot, Massa, offensive rebound, should have pulled it down, instead he tried to tip it home. And look at Clark off to the races again. Sorkin misses the three, offensive rebound, Jalen Ward, and he gets his first points of the night. And Maccabi, the first team in the double figures, 10-7 for the visitors. Should get our first timeout at the game at the next dead ball. Shaquille Harrison feeds Massa. Shot clock winding down. Hertel flexes his dribbling skills as he goes inside, gets the shot away. Big rebound by Massa, and he kicks it out. And the three-pointer is drilled by Paul Aboa. And we're all square, 10 points apiece. Clark drives in, and that's 3 turnovers in a row for Jimmy Clark. Again, the defense of Villeurbanne ready for it. Shimon Mizrahi, president of Maccabi for over 50 years and still attends every game. And you'll see him with that patented look, the yellow scarf. Team heads to benches for the first time out of the night. It is 10 points apiece. Asvel 10, Maccabi Tel Aviv 10. Exciting efforts. What adjustments will be made?
What do you recall from that night?
I was 24. I still remember it. The whole city, it was ours that night. It was more than just basketball. It was a feeling.
Will you be there?
I never left.
Yep, every phase of tickets sold for the Final Four have been sold out almost immediately. Final phase comes back end of April, by which time we should know all the teams that are in the playoffs. More relevant for particular fans of particular clubs. But I think at this point in time, if you can get a hold of them, you just get a hold of them. Melvin Ajonsa not making the cut tonight for Asvel. It's coach's decision why he is on the bench. You can only have 12 players. Ten points apiece deep in the first period. Asvel versus Maccabi. Thomas Hertel looking to give his team the first lead of the game. Bodia Massa continues to be a real pest on the offensive glass for Villeurbanne. And he goes for the alley-oop slam as well. The impact of Massa has been impressive. 4 points, 3 rebounds, all of them offensive. Quick surge down the court from Maccabi, and the lead of Villeurbanne is expunged immediately. 12 points apiece, although Hertel says, I quite like being ahead. Blatt working, hounded by Shaquille Harrison. Excellent defense from Harrison, but the foul is called. And that will be Harrison. The alley-oop slam from Harrison to find Bodia Massa, and at the other end, like for like, the love pass gets Maccabi back tied up 12 points apiece. The drive from Lavi draws the foul on Massa. John Di Bartolomeo, captain of Maccabi, gets his first points of the game. Three-pointer. And Maccabi take the lead once more, 15-14. Hertel ships to the corner where Zach Salias makes the three. Well, both teams were pretty cold to start this game. They're starting to make some jumpers right now as Marcio Santos goes into the lane. Ward lobs it down where Santos gets the layup, but the foul is called on the floor. Celias grabbing a hold of Santos. But the referee's saying it was before he'd even caught the basketball, so it can't be in the act of shooting. The ball goes up, there's where the foul is called. And even though Santos did make a pretty impressive layup, it will be baseline possession. Oh no, they've got free throws have been called. That's Villeban's 5th team foul. So being in the bonus, free throws come nonetheless, but it's only 2. As the layup is waved off. Villeban, the hard-fought lead right now, 17-15. Marcio Santos misses the first free throw. Well, it's fair to say it's been a scrappy first period of action. Neither team really getting a hold of any genuine momentum or rhythm. No surprise to see relatively low scoring and a tight one so far. 17-16. Asvel over Maccabi. Coach Poupé continuing to rotate through his players. Hertel has had an absolute positive impact since he came in off the bench for Villeban. Misses the jump shot. There's an increase to the energy of Villeban on the defensive end, although there's nothing you can do about that. What a wonderful pass from Blatt to find Zach Hankins for the layup. Shaq Harrison with a beautiful baseline drive and reverse layup. First points of the game for him. Well, relatively low scoring first 8 minutes, but now this team is starting to light it up a little bit. Di Bartolomeo pulls from deep. Missed that one, having made the first three-pointer he shot. Vautier with the rebound. Hertel leads the charge for Villeban. Lighty kicks the corner where Celias misses the three-point shot. Blatt thinks about pulling up for 3 and instead says, no, let me take a 2 instead. Tamir Blatt on the scoreboard. Giving Maccabi the lead once more. Coach Katash will be happy. He's not desperate. He doesn't really need to have he'd love a nice big blowout victory, but what he wants is just some rhythm and to keep games close. That's what you do on the road. Lighty missed the jump shot, well contested, but offensive rebound. Salias with the hustle. This time Lighty no contest to the three-point shot, and he delivers the triple. Six points for Lighty. Gives his team a lead as Zach Hankins gets fouled on the way to the basket, and it will be the chance for a three-point play the old-fashioned way. Hankins with the one dribble power move, and Celias tries to stop him getting the shot away, but in doing so, he just allows the American to get the layup. And with 2.1 seconds left on the clock, Seljash will sit down, having picked up 2 quick fouls. Zach Hankins goes to 5 points personal. Expect Maccabi to finish the first period with a 1-point lead. As Thomas Hurtel says, no, I'm not going to ruin my shooting statistics for a desperation hey-ho. So an entertaining first quarter, a little bit scrappy, but 2 teams playing exceptionally hard. And at the end of it, the visitors have a 1-point lead. Asvel 22, Maccabi 23. Well, a game as tight as this, you expect the numbers to be close, but they're not actually that close. Both teams shooting exceptionally well around the basket. Maccabi, you can't get any better than 100%, 9 of 9, 2-point shooting, but they're just 1 of 6 from downtown. Meanwhile, Asvel have made 4 3-pointers. That's what's kept them right up there close. Everything else is pretty even. Stevens, Villeban getting all their baskets off assists, 8 assists off the 9 made field goals. Maccabi with those breakaway layups that they've got off the steals. Explosive start by Jimmy Clark. Scored the first 8 points for Maccabi. Was sailing away, had a PIR of 11 at one point in time, but then he started turning the ball over, and the 3 turnovers have pulled him back to a PIR of 8, which is still the best of any player on the floor. Great start of the game for Jimmy Clark. And no surprise to see that he is the BKT best performer of that first period. His PIR of 8, perfect field goal shooting. Expect to see more of the same from Clark. Certainly has been a real asset to this Maccabi team this season as they cling to their hopes of reaching the playing games at the end of the regular season in the EuroLeague. Maccabi start the action in the second, as they will at the start of the third period as well. And they're going to start it with a powerful drive to the basket. Hankins is going to go right back to the free throw line after he's fouled by Bastien Vautier. Tamir Blatt looking to get another assist. Jai, another player out of action, this time with an injury for Asvel. Hankins makes a pair of free throws. Maccabi now 4 of 5 at the stripe, which gives them a 3-point lead, 25-22. Shaquille Harrison feeds Vautier. Kicks out of the low post. Hurtel swinging the ball around, looking for the angle, looking for the opportunity, and the opportunity is converted. Paul Eboa goes to 5 points. You see there's a great degree of energy from this Villeban team defensively, but the passing of Maccabi is exceptional. Missed layup by Lavi. Hurtel, real masterclass was seen in passing. Point guard skills, just sit back and watch Hurtel create the angle to make the perfect pass. And Blatt with his all-court vision. Blatt up to 4 assists, Hurtel already has 3. Baseline possession for Villeurbanne. No shooting opportunity on that last foul. Athletic hustle from Shaquille Harrison. And then the strong baseline drive from Armel Traore. He's fouled by Lavi. Lavi picks up his first foul. Lavi comes in off a career-high 15 points he had against Milan. And there were stages, particularly in the first half of the game against Milan, where Lavi was the only option offensively for Maccabi. Good hustle on the rebound. Abua underneath doing the hard work. And then Traore, who's been hot from three, doesn't get that one. But Abua continues to be a force on the offensive glass. That's 6 offensive rebounds for Villeurbanne. That's a real positive sign for Coach Poupé, as Blatt commits the foul. His first. Three fouls already for Maccabi in this second period. Still got 8.5 minutes left. Traore kicks to Harrison. Harrison, the pull-up jump shot, left-handed, off the mark. And Lavi blocks out Abua to saying, you're not going to get that offensive rebound, not round me. No surprise to see Maccabi fans in the house. One of the most passionate fan bases in the EuroLeague. Has been for many, many a year. Blatt pulls from deep. Can't get the Maccabi fans happy, and the defensive rebound of Bowen. He's called for the foul as he catches Santos, I think with an elbow. It's not intentional, but I think it's going to be just because Santos is standing right there. The referees will discuss this briefly. There he comes down. And he's protecting the ball, and he just lifts up with the basketball. I can understand why Maccabi are not happy about that whistle being called, because Santos basically put his face in the way of the arm of Abua. Maccabi get the ball back, and there's another whistle. This one's called off the ball. I think they've called that on Armel Traore. It's his second foul. Foul's mounting up now for Villeurbanne. They've committed 9 in the game so far. Both teams have committed 3 so far in the second period. Santos leaning away, makes the long 2-point shot. Marcio Santos recovers from the elbow to the face to make his first field goal and give his team a 3-point lead. Zone defense from Maccabi. Classic 2-1-2. Real old school there. Don't see that too often actually nowadays. More likely to see a 3-2. Oh, Edwin Jackson. He made that shot on muscle memory. His feet weren't set right. He just pulled the trigger from deep. Ties us up. 27 points apiece, and we're going to have a jump ball now as Ward and make that Abua in position there. You see Jackson just finally gets a hold of the ball and slings it up. And it's the 3-point shooting of Asvel that's keeping them in this game. They're 5 of 14. Compare that to 1 of 7 for Maccabi. Now, the worrying thing for Asvel is that Maccabi is a pretty good 3-point shooting team. They shoot 36% per game. So they're going to go through a period. They're going to start making them at some point. Ball is tipped and controlled. Bartolomeo doesn't hesitate to shoot the 3, and Jalen Ward says, I can offensive rebound as well. Ward goes to 6 points. 2 offensive rebounds for him. Glyn Watson pulls up for the stretch two-pointer. His first point of the game, averaging 14 a night. Santos from 3. That one goes in and out. Traore with the rebound. He streaks down the floor. And then a beautiful pass. Watson slips it somehow inside to Bodia Massa, who lays it home. It's a 4-0 run for Villeurbanne. They take the lead once more. Asvel 31, Maccabi Tel Aviv 29. Well, we've already had 9 lead changes in this game, 10 if you count the first points of the game from 0-0. One of the impact players so far has been Bodia Massa, 3 offensive rebounds, some pretty nifty post moves as well. 6 points for Massa. Off the bench, working around the basket. Has scored double figures a couple of times this year. Well, we say young, new to the EuroLeague, 29 years of age, Bodia Massa. But he is another one of these young stars who's really started to improve as the season's gone on for Asvel. Too late for them to threaten the playoff spots. But Massa been having a good game so far. Those offensive rebounds, 3 for him, 3 of Villeurbanne's 6. And Maccabi gonna have to do something about the rebounding, because the second chance opportunities is what helps Villeurbanne stay on the coattails of the visitors, although right now they have a lead, 31-29. Villeurbanne on top and on defense, and their half-court man-to-man defense that falls back into a tight, non-switching set. It takes a few seconds for Maccabi to figure out what defense they're up against, and eventually they get themselves motoring around. Lonnie Walker misses the 3. He's now 0 of 3 from downtown. Maccabi just 10% from deep. It's part of the reason why they're trailing right now. Meanwhile, Glyn Watson makes another one for Villeurbanne. They are now 6 of 15. Horde goes route 1 to the basket. Gets his own miss. Clark wide open. Maccabi still can't make a triple. The rebounding starting to be dominated by the home side. Asvel by 5. Massa kicks out of the low post. Watkins one-on-one with Jimmy Clark. This is a good matchup here. An excellent ball handler and an excellent defender, although he slides it on, and then Abua falls to deck, and there's that man Clark with the steal. And Jimmy Clark goes behind the back for Horde. Jalen Horde thinks he may have been called by the referee. The referee does give him a warning. Clark gets his second steal. There's a little showtime behind the back, and Horde slams it home, and he touches the ball after it goes through the net. That's where the warning comes from. Massa, well, he's perfect from the field. 4 of 5 now, Bodia Massa. He goes to 8 points. Gives his team a 5-point lead, 36-31. Asvel on top, midway through the second quarter. Walker goes down the lane. Kicks to the wing with another missed 3-point shot. This one by Sorkin. And then Sorkin trying to get something going down in the low post, and he's fouled by Watson. That's a foul that Asvel very happy to take. They want to give Sorkin the opportunity for an and-1. Continuing to see rapid rotations through the substitutes by Coach Poupé. And what you get out of that is if you get players all get some court time, lots of energy, everybody's invested in this. Villeurbanne Yeah, Coach Katash said that they're much better than their win-loss record will have you believe. And the miss from Sorkin. Team rebound from Villeban. Jackson, veteran, gets inside, the whistle is blown, the foul is called. They called it on Lonnie Walker. First foul in the game for him. Just wrestling with Massa, who hits the deck. Both teams now have committed 4 fouls in the second period, so free throws the rest of the way. Jackson trying to get the high screen going, but again, pressure on the screener from Maccabi. This time it's, I think that's Rayman who's called for the foul. And it'll be free throws for Massa. Villeban 0 from 1. I've only shot 1 free throw in the game so far. Excuse me, it's Paul Abua shooting the free throws. Apologies to him. Mistaken identity for the 0-0 of Asvel. He's another one who's been exceptional offensive rebounding in the game so far. He's got 2 offensive boards. And with that free throw, he gives his team the biggest lead of the night. Asvel 38, Maccabi 31. Maccabi led by 6 points early. This now has been eclipsed by the home team. We're playing terrific defense. Do so again. Sorkin tries to throw it down, but Paul Aboa protects the rim. Although he does commit the foul in doing so. Yeah, Sorkin raises high. Wow. Aboa gets the ball first. There you go. He gets the contact on the ball, but it's on the follow-through. He gets Sorkin on the arm. Roman Sorkin. Quiet night for him so far, looking to get his first points of the game. Sorkin averaging 13 points per game. Had a career-high 26 points when these two teams met back in round 15. So he's accustomed to scoring on the team from Villeban. Makes his free throws. Watson now. Jackson. Well, he made his first three. Doesn't make that one as Jalen Ward does what he always does. Attacks the rebounding. He got to 4 boards, 8 points for him, his leading scorer for Maccabi. Great crossover dribble from Walker. Raymond, an orthodox shot and a quick transition bucket. Paul Villeban! Beautiful pass from Edwin Jackson, veteran style, behind his back. Paul Aboa goes to 9 points personal, leading scorer for Villeban and in the game. Look at that vision from Glenn Watson to see the streaking Edwin Jackson, and then just a little touch pass through for Aboa, who powers it home. Villeban going from strength to strength in this game. Lonnie Walker is doing his best now to get Maccabi going as he scores his first points of the game at the free throw line. Asvel by 5, 40 points to 35, 3 minutes left until half-time. Oranges. Glenn Watson left open, and he delivers a triple. 7th three-point basket of the game for Villeban. Only 1 made 3 for Maccabi, and that's why they trail by 8. Asvel 43, Maccabi 35. Timeout to the visitors.
the three. Jalen Ward. Yeah. Are you guarding him? Yeah. Go one time, flash clear. Whatever they do. Ok, flash clear. Audience, ce sera le premier ici. Hop. Bastien, tu seras le deuxième. Ok, c'est le deuxième. Quoi qu'il arrive, même sur match-up, si c'est match-up et qu'ils sont deux, tu viens attraper celui-là à mon écran. Wait for the screen. Edwin, tu pars dans le corner. Et si jamais ils ont matché et qu'on est men-men, tu montes et tu le flippes. Ok, flash clear. Let's go. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. Ciao, don't foul.
You see Coach Poupé wanting his team to keep momentum. Team playing exceptionally well so far to have this 8-point lead.
Allez, on y retourne, 2,52 à jouer, 43-35. Et c'est Tel Aviv qui a le ballon. T'es fort, tout le monde, plus fort, encore.
Maccabi trailing by 8. Walker looking for his first field goal of the game. He cannot convert. Watson, pull-up jump shot, makes it, he converts.
On fire, Junior.
Ten-point lead for Villeban. Santos trying to correct that. Another missed triple for the visitors. They're now 1 of 13 from downtown. Meanwhile, Villeban 7 of 17. Aggressive man-to-man defense now from Maccabi. They need to get some stops. They do not get one as David Lighty looks to the referee, imploring him for the foul. Maccabi, this happened against Milan in round 31. They just lost their rhythm offensively, start making bad decisions. There's a hard foul by Vautier. Referees will probably talk about this one. Bastien Vautier. Called for the foul. Nice little shovel pass. Vautier catches Santos in the face. Marcio Santos probably hasn't used his head in this particular way to generate offense for his teams in his career. Villeban scored 22 points in the first, 25 in the second. Maccabi scored 23 points in the first period. Now, with just over a minute left in the second, they've scored just 12 points. It's their offensive rhythm, and the offense has served them exceptionally well. They averaged 93 points a game in that 4-game winning streak. And here at the half, they're not going to get anywhere near 45 points, which would be about half that total. Aswa by 11 with the ball. Angola lobs downstairs. Vautier. Nice patience. A little drop step there by Vautier. Gets his first points of the game and re-establishes a 13-point lead. Jimmy Clark gets the defender on his back, finds a wide open Sorkin, missed 3-point shot. Offensive rebound, missed 2-point shot, and now Angola checks the clock and said, well, let's slow it down. Let's get a good shot as we go to the end of the half. Villeban looking to nurse this double-digit lead, but they won't do it that way. Clark again involved in the steal, and Clark again involved in the breakaway layup. Jimmy Clark goes to 10 points personal. And Coach Poupé calls a timeout. Although his team do lead by 11. Timeout called. Asvel 49, Maccabi 38.
Et pendant ce temps mort, on va passer au jeu des devinettes. Nous avons Thomas au centre de dirige qui va d'abord découvrir grâce à vous. Et dans cette question, nous allons poser ce qu'il y a sur les écrans. Tom, est-ce que tu es prêt? Allez, pour
No foul to give, guys. We're over the limit.
on y va. 3, 2, 1, c'est bien de gagner.
ווטסון כדור אחרון תדבר איתו רצוני. ווינר 2. אם יהיה בידוד. Listen up. First of all, you play double piece. I want John, you go for Roman. John and Jimmy second line, Wheeler, Jalen, first line, double piece. Right, double piece. When the ball goes back, end of shot, I think it's Watson, we play next. Let's get a stop, guys. Box out, everyone. Last 7-8 seconds, if they keep the ball on ISO, we want to be up the line and we rotate and we play next. And box out. Yeah. Maccabi!
Well, you hear Coach Katash drawing up how he wants to finish this play. He gets some shooters on the floor. The Bartolomeo, it's a big addition defensively as well as offensively for his team. They've already got 4 steals in the game. Didn't get one there. And Villeban are in no rush to take the ball out of the hands of Glyn Watson. Beautiful interior pass, but they turn down the open look, looking for a better one, and they get it. What execution from Villeban. Ertel gets the assist, his 4th of the game, but savvy play by Villeban. At the half, they lead 52 points to Maccabi's 38. Well, it's great to see a team growing in confidence as this game goes on, as any game goes on. Asvel in the ascendancy. Hopefully we'll get some comments from the players. First up, on behalf of Maccabi, the man who's been the brightest spark for their team, Jimmy Clark III.
Jimmy, 52 points conceded. How do you explain those difficulties in this first half?
Just miscommunication. We're not locked in defensively, so we're just going to try to come together, fix that on the second half.
Thank you.
Yeah, you can see 52 points against the weakest offense in the league. You've got to get better on the defensive end. For Villeban, let's hear from Bodian Massa.
Bodian, many stops, many efficiency also today. That's the start you expect?
I mean, like, that's not the start we expect in the first quarter, but after we play with energy, and like, this is what we want. We want to take the crowd with us and like, play with energy without thinking about the result, more about how we play to prepare the next step.
Thank you, buddy.
Well, if the effort is all about the performance, they're definitely getting a great one out of Bodian Massa. PIR of 12 for him, PIR of 11 for Jimmy Clark. Both solid performers for their teams, but Asvel have complete control of this game at this moment in time. Tight after the first quarter, 14-point lead at the half, 52-38, Villeban on top of Maccabi.
EuroLeague brought to you by Etihad Beyond Borders, Experience Abu Dhabi, Motorola, and BKT.
Growing up, I was inspired by players from my area that made it to the top league, and I was just one guy that tried to keep that tradition going.
Evan Fournier has been a major part of Olympiacos' success since his move there last season. But no matter where his career has taken him, he's never forgotten where he comes from.
Parisian suburbs are basically district with numbers. And you know, I'm from the 94 area. It's my home. I'm very proud of it, and that's why I'm repping it. You know, it's a way of I guess thanking all my former coaches, former teammates. It makes them proud. Yeah, I was the first one to make it to the NBA and have a long career. It was actually my first number in the NBA in Denver. There's another guy that wears that number in Asvel, Traoré.
Oh my goodness, Omar Traoré.
And he's also from where I'm from, so that's why we share like the same number.
Le 9-4, le numéro 94, Armel.
I think we have more and more French players in the EuroLeague that are being productive. The Deer in TLC. Sylvain's having a hell of a season. Eli's having a good season as well. So, you know, it's good to see former teammates from the national team playing well.
French basketball output is at an all-time high. Ifi, Loawe Cabarro, and Francisco all lead their teams in points scored.
Fournier, up here's Obst and Giffey, trying to get free in the corner. Fournier fires!
The most important thing for young players is to be themselves, express themselves the best way they can on the court. You're at your best when you are 100% yourself. Whether that's you know, being expressive or being in your own bubble, being aggressive, a scorer, being a leader, like whatever you are, just be who you are and express yourself, and that's how you're going to be able to play the best you can.
Life is about growing up every day, improving every day, and get better every day.
Soft ball, there's Garuba right off the bench. That's what he does. Garuba from the corner.
There was a goal, you know, so if you have a goal like that, you accomplish everything you want.
Why not have it, Usman? Have yourself.
For me, it was one of the like statement, you know, for me, the game that I'm here, you know.
Did the rivalry play a part of that?
Can lie to you? yeah, honestly, yes, you know. As you guys know, Madrid-Barca is a rivalry, and you know, that's an extra motivation every game.
Usman Garuba is cementing himself as a key player for Los Blancos, but his success wasn't crafted overnight.
I was 10, 11 years old, something like that. Started with the youth teams, under 13, under 14, all over to the first team.
Garuba, one of the main stars in this age group, in this youth scene coming up.
Pretty excited, you know, joining a club like this. I made it through all the levels, growing up as a person and as a player, study here also with the club system. Outside of basketball, it was great. It's a great experience.
Since lifting the Adidas Next Generation Trophy in 2019, he's established himself in the side, winning the EuroLeague 2021 Rising Star Award in his breakout season.
It was a great award for me, you know, knowing all the work I put in for like, I would say, 8 years, something like that, you know, from all over. From 2013, when I joined the team, the youth teams and all that, all over to 2021, it was a great accomplishment for me, and yeah, it's a lot of hard work and dedication.
As we near the end of the season, Usman is laser focused on his key aims for the future.
Winning the EuroLeague. Otherwise, I don't want to say failure, because life is not about failure. You know, it's about stepping up. And for me, being 23 years old and competing in this stage, in this league, right now in my career, is great.
EuroLeague brought to you by Etihad Beyond Borders, Experience Abu Dhabi, Motorola, and BKT.
Half-time at the Astrobal, round 32 of the EuroLeague. where we have got Asvel Villeurbanne leading Maccabi Rapyd Tel Aviv by 14 points. Half-time highlights. Positive start for Maccabi. They led by 8 points to 2 early on. But then Villeurbanne got going, particularly from downtown, and particularly with offensive rebounds. Positive on offense, and that confidence led to defensively them really stepping up in the second period, shutting down Maccabi, who scored 23 points in the first, but just 15 in the second. Despite the best efforts of Maccabi with the 4 steals that were leading 2 baskets, the missed jump shots have led to easy buckets for the home side. Turning down open layups to get 3 points, and that big bucket at the end gave them that 14-point lead, the biggest of the game so far, 52-38. And you look at the shooting, Maccabi made their first 9 shots from 2-point land. There were 9 of the 9. Since then, they've gone 4 of 11. Meanwhile, Villeurbanne have sustained 13 of 17 2-point shooting and 8 of 18 from downtown. Field goal percentage way better than Maccabi, who are a measly 1 of 14 in 3-point shooting. They've got to start making threes, and they've got to start defending either the 2-pointers or the 3-pointers. Take your pick. But if you're Coach Katash, preferably both. Well, 10 lead changes, including the first basket of the game, which was scored by Maccabi. But it's been a long time since Maccabi have had a taste of that lead, as Villeurbanne has stretched away in the second period. Plenty of time for the visitors to get back into it, and safe to say they are desperate to do so. Look at the box score, the rebounding. Both teams have been very good on offensive rebounds, but the difference is Villeurbanne have been turning those offensive rebounds into points. Maccabi, well, they're getting the shots, but they're not able to convert. That 1 of 14 from 3-point land is really hurting them right now. Well, the players going through the warm-ups to get themselves back ready. Hopefully we'll hear from the coaches shortly. As Maccabi, well, it's going to be a simple message from Coach Katash. Defense, and I think he's going to say something about the energy his team has been lacking. They've shot the lanes to get some steals, but overall, they've been out-hustled for loose balls. And they're not shooting the ball with confidence. The only 3-point shot in the game was made by John Di Bartolomeo. And everybody else who shot a 3, it's clanged. And they've been a good spread of them. Walker 0 for 3, Sorkin 0 for 3, Blatt 0 for 2, Santos 0 for 2, and then Ord, Clark also missed from deep. Meanwhile, Villeurbanne, well, it's not even their normal suspect shooting the threes. Glenn Watson, we say he's an excellent 3-pointer, shooting 42% from 3. But the likes of Paul Abua stepping out there and making them from deep, that's been really impressive. Big comeback victory for Fenerbahce. A game that they played 2 games this week. They struggled early against Milan, who've been playing great basketball recently, but ultimately an outstanding second-half performance from the reigning champs sees them home. And that is a huge result for Zalgiris. That puts more pressure on Maccabi as they turn over Real Madrid. Madrid, who have been night and day, home versus away from on the road, and you can see they lose another road game. And currently, Crvena Zvezda are putting it on a disrupted Panathinaikos. There's an assumption, because Panathinaikos always seem to be in the mix in recent years, that they're going to be there or thereabouts, but they have had some mixed performances, shall we say, in recent times. Back here, as I said, the coaches are coming our way. And first up, we're going to hear from Oded Katash, of Maccabi.
Coach, what's the way to bounce back in this game? Jimmy talked about lack of communication in the first half.
We lost our structure totally. I mean, defensively, we don't play the right way, not on offense, not on defense. It happened. Not the first time it's happened to us. It's also last week we lost the game in 5 minutes. But it's a time to show some character, and that's all back.
Thank you.
Yeah, Coach Katash saying that his team are having these blank spots at various points during the game. It cost them on the road at Milan last week. And could it cost them tonight? They need to get these victories. They've got 5 of their last 7 games at home, so if they can get a hold of this one, they'll put them in good shape. But with Zalgiris winning, there's more pressure. Now let's hear from Coach Poupé. Is he pleased with Asvel?
Coach, 52 points at half with a tough start, but many energy. Then what do you expect now?
Now we'll see. I don't expect anything. It's just 20 more minutes. We have to play with the same intensity, and then we'll see. Probably they will score more shots. We have to be ready for anything. And if they do so, we have to be solid enough to play a different half, a different 20 minutes. If we want this game, then we have to put everything on the floor.
Thank you.
Yeah, Coach Poupé not going to rest on his laurels just yet. 20 minutes is a half of basketball, exactly as he said. If they replicate that same performance, energy-wise and defensively, they'll get home comfortably. So while the offensive numbers look great, it's their defense that has really given them the advantage. Don't forget, Villeurbanne is the number 20 out of 20 teams. 3-point shooting, points scored in the league this season, averaging less than 80 points a game. So for them to put up 52 in the half, that is really positive. No surprise, the exploits of this man having a big impact. Glyn Watson, BKT best performer of the second period. 13 points for him, all of his points coming in that second quarter, including that clutch 3-pointer to close out the half. Third quarter ready to get underway. It will be Maccabi possession. And they're going to have to make a huge comeback. Basically, they need to reverse fortunes in the second quarter to the third quarter. Lonnie Walker, 2 points to his name. Feeds Roman Sorkin. Blatt, who gets the start, gets Sorkin down low, who gets the opening score of the game. First field goal of the night for Roman Sorkin. He goes to 4 points personal, averaging 13 per game. There's a number of the key players for Maccabi who just haven't made a field goal. And that's why they're trailing by so many, although first score goes their way. Can they tighten up on the defensive end? Massa faces up, misses the jump shot, but gets his own rebound. Although he can't convert at the second time of basket. And here comes Blatt for 3. Tamir Blatt nails his first triple of the night. Forget what they shot in the first half, 1 for 14. As far as they're concerned, they're 1 for 1 at the start of the third period. Angola, leading scorer for Villeurbanne on the season. 0 points so far. Does not open his account as he misses the 3-point shot. Sorkin misses the layup on transition. And Lavi, he's arguing with the referee, saying that it was Massa who knocked it out. Well, I'm not so sure that was going to get turned over if they do review it. The referees are having a catch, Lavi insisting. And it looks like Coach Katash has challenged the play. Eventually we were listening to the officials to make a decision. Coach Poupé takes advantage of the opportunity for a mini timeout. Telling his team they've got to play hard.
Allez, 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 tout le monde, tout le monde.
Normally we're listening to the officials, but they're quiet so far. The question is, who touched the ball last?
Now it's black, right? Now, yellow finish, okay? Yes. Yellow finish. Black is the last one. Black is the last. We give the ball to... how was the shot? 14. So...
The referee decides the ball was indeed last touched by Bodian Massa. So the coach's challenge is successful. Maccabi looking to inbounds. The foul is called. Armel Traore trying to stop the progress of Lonnie Walker. Walker feeds Sorkin. Sorkin short arms the three. Another miss from him from deep. He's 0 of 4 from downtown. It's a 5-0 run to start the third period for Maccabi. It stays that way as Massa misses the face-up jump shot. Blatt lobs downstairs and Lavi is fouled by Glyn Watson. I make that 2 fouls on Watson. And Lavi walks the free throw line as he's convinced he was fouled in the act of shooting. One statistic Maccabi did lead in the first half was at the free throw line where they were 9 of 11. Villeban 2 of 3. Gur Lavi. His first points tonight with 1 free throw to come. It's a 7-0 run for Maccabi. Coach Poupé had that sort of mini timeout during the coach's challenge. So he'll be hoping he can get to the midway point of this third period before he has a good long chat with his team. What he really wants him to start making some shots. Lighty, who's made 2 3-pointers so far, misses that one. Asvel made 8 of 18 threes in the first half. They've missed their first 2 here. Maccabi, their overall shooting percentage looks horrible, 2 of 16. But they're 1 from 2 in the third period. And they've cut their 14-point deficit down to 7. Blatt tries to slip the bounce pass through off the pick and roll, but Lavi is called for the offensive foul, setting an illegal screen. Ertel replaces Angola. And you have to say, in the first half, it was the addition of Thomas Ertel to the game that really turned the tide in favor of Villeban. Can he do so again here in the third period? Lighty feeds Ertel. Shot clock goes to 5. Ertel one-on-one with Sorkin. Fakes the pass underneath. He can't convert. There's offensive rebound. Lighty picks up the scraps, and David Lighty, he goes to 10 points personal. First points of the third for Asvel. Walker's 3-pointer clangs off the back iron. Here comes Ertel once more, and he has no fear going to the basket. Can't convert though. Maccabi, they'd really love this game to speed up, but what they'd really like more than anything else is to start making some shots. Lavi tries to get cute with a lob pass. Sorkin says just lay the ball home. because that's what Glyn Watson's going to do. Watson goes to 15 points. Ertel gets his 5th assist. Willebrand Lee goes back up to 11. Sidestep 3 from Black. And Maccabi losing their way on offense, as they did in the second period. Scored the first 7 points of the third. Now it's a 4-0 run for Willebrand. Ertel drives around Sorkin like he's not even there. Throws it too high on the backboard. Ward gets the rebound. There's a whistle. The referee has called the foul on Bodian Massa. Coach Katash wants unsportsmanlike. He's saying that's the way the foul is called. Massa kind of slinging Lavi out of the way. It's unusual to say this, but you've got an 11-point lead and the game is closely in the balance. Walker gets the assist, feeding Lavi for the layup. For Maccabi, you just want this in the single digits. That deficit that was 14, get it under 10 and keep it under 10. Look to make a charge at some point in time. Willebrand, stick to what worked for you in the second quarter, which was great defense and work for good shots on offense. Good defense there and an excellent shot on offense, and it's as simple as that. They forced a turnover, and then Ertel, majestic, goes to 6 assists. Glyn Watson, game's leading scorer now, 17 points for him. Sorkin, hesitant on offense. Black gives him another chance, and this time Sorkin makes no mistake. Roman Sorkin explodes for the one-handed slam. 6 points for him. Massa looking to dump the little pass off for Glyn Watson, but the big man can't deliver. It's a turnover, and we've got a timeout midway through the third period. Maccabi doing more than sticking around. They're getting closer. Asvel 58, Maccabi Tel Aviv 49. Well, Glyn Watson, leading scorer in this game, averaging just about 15 points on a night, but he has been outstanding. 3 of 4 from three-point land, making all 4 of his 2-point shots. And he is good for 17 points. And Maccabi seem to have no answer for the lightning-quick moves of Glyn Watson Jr. $13 points in the second quarter alone, and he's added another 4 to his total here in the third. An ominous performance so far from Watson, who has the ability to go for big numbers. Career high 28 points he had against Paris back at the end of December. I mentioned Thomas Ertel. Don't forget the contribution he has made. Ertel has 6 of his team's 16 assists. 2 of those coming to Watson here in the third period. Asvel by 9 on defense. 58-49, they lead Maccabi Rapyd Tel Aviv. Jimmy Clark scored the first 8 points of the game for Maccabi. John DeBartolomeo made the 3-point shot. The first one he shot, misses that one, but Sorkin starting to have an impact. Fired up after that one-handed slam dunk he had shortly ago. And he gets fouled in the act of shooting after getting the offensive rebound. His first rebound of the game. Stout in the third. Haven't seen him yet. He normally gets a good amount of court time. Maybe he's carrying a niggle, an injury. Not enough to keep him off the score sheet, but enough that Coach Katash would like to protect him if he can. Stoughton is normally a big contributor for this team. Lighty with a crossover dribble, muscles his way through. Harrison trying to find Lighty in the post. David Lighty just loves this low post action. He loves physical play down there. He can't get the jump shot. And on the battle for the boards, Abua and Vautier causing problems for Sorkin, and it will remain Villeurbanne possession. You see 2-on-1 and Sorkin judged to have touched the ball last, although Roman would say maybe he got fouled a little bit there. Defensively, Maccabi have been much better in this third period. But they leave Celias open, and Zach Celias, who was 1 of 2 3-point shooting in the first period, misses his third. Walker finds Sorkin. He drives down the lane, and Roman Sorkin with a two-handed punch goes to 10 points, and he gets his team within 5. Ertel, no look past the corner. Lighty, the long range two, that's composure. That's what a veteran can do for you. I don't need to die for the 3-point shot. Give me the long range two. Lighty goes to 12 points. So whistle, ball comes off the foot of the defender. That defender is Shaquille Harrison. Maccabi will retain possession. 14-second new shot clock for them. Walker, closely guarded by Lighty. This time he cuts through, ships it on Clark. Gonna have to get the shot away. Does not get the roll, and Vautier takes it off the rim, but good hustle for Jalen Hoare to stop the fast break. Asvel recover the basketball. It's that man Ertel who will pull the strings on offense once more. Harrison lobs to Vautier, who is fouled as he catches the basketball. John de Bartolomeo climbs him like a tree and swats the ball away. The tree climbing element is what caused the foul. Only his team's second foul in this third quarter. Celias dumps inside of Vautier, who shows great composure to convert. Bastien Vautier goes to 4 points. Clark feeds Ord, feeds Sorkin, and this time he takes his time, and Roman Sorkin makes the 3-point shot. He goes to 13, cuts the deficit to 6. Ertel slips inside of Vautier, loses the handle, and it's a turnover. Vautier, believing the ball was knocked out of his hands by a player in yellow and blue. Instead, it is turnover, number 8 for the home side. Clark using his quickness to attack. Sorkin using his athleticism to get round Vautier in the softest of touches to get the 2-point score. He goes to 15. And the crowd gets nervous in here, as it's been a 10-point swing in this third period in favor of the visitors. Vautier has it swiped away. Good hustle by Lavi. And de Bartolomeo has no hesitation shooting the 3. Maccabi now 3 of 7 in this third period, three-point shooting. And they've turned the 14-point deficit down to 1, 62-61. Asvel on top with less than a minute left in the third period. Harrison will take it out for the home side. Hertel hounded by Bartolomeo. Hertel ships it on where Shaquille Harrison misses the pull-up jump shot. The ball goes out of bounds, and it will be Maccabi possession. As Massa, I think, stepped on the baseline trying to save the basketball. Coach Katash needs something to be explained to him, gives the referee a thumbs up. Doesn't quite bring a smile to his face on the inside, I'm sure. He's almost happy. Coach Poupet, nervous moments for him. His team played so well in the first half, and yet here they are. Again, he said before the game, we have to do everything better, and everything better for 40 minutes. They have not done that tonight. Jimmy Clark tries that drag step to get somebody open. Hankins, oh, he can't convert. How's about that for hustle? And how's about that for shooting? Sorkin, I think, no. It's Zach Hankins makes up for the turnover at one end with the rebound. Bartolomeo trying to help Jimmy Clark get open. Jimmy Clark said, I don't need any help, but he misses the three-pointer at the buzzer. It's a 13-point swing in favor of Maccabi, who cut the deficit down to 1 after 3 periods. LDLC, Asvel Villeurbanne, 62. Maccabi Rapyd Tel Aviv, 61. Well, 3 periods in the can, so it's up to you to start thinking about who your fan favorite player has been in this one. Plenty of candidates. Is it leading scorers? Roman Sorkin had a huge third period for Maccabi as they charge back into contention. Glyn Watson, game's leading scorer overall, 17 points for him. Or will the hero of the game come out in the fourth period? Well, 18% looks a lot better than 7% is all I can say from Maccabi. They were 1 of 14, so 3 of 8, although the last shot at the end of the third period was a desperation heave, but defensively much better from them, conceding just 10 points as Asvel's offensive production dries up and goes back to type if we look at how they performed this season. Well, to talk about going back to type, Roman Sorkin has done just that in the third period. He started with a powerful one-hand slam, then he went to 2. And then he said, hey, you know what? I can shoot from downtown as well. A quiet first half for Roman Sorkin, but a huge third period, which is good enough for him to beat. Surely the BKT best performer, PIR of 10, 11 of his 15 points coming in that third period, including 2 pretty impressive, powerful slam dunks. Well, for Maccabi, anything less than 10 points at the end of the third period was going to be good. To get within 1 is a bonus. Now for Villeurbanne, how do they hold up under the pressure? They've shown they can do it. They were outstanding in the second quarter. Can they replicate that here in the fourth as we decide who will win this round 32 action in the EuroLeague? Glyn Watson, 3-pointer goes in, 3-pointer comes out. Clark finds De Bartolomeo, and we know John De Bartolomeo, you leave him open like that, he will sizzle you. He's 3 of 5 from deep, and Maccabi have the lead, something they did not say since early in the second period. Bertel looks to respond, but gets fouled on the way to the basket. Zach Hankins, hand on the hip, hand on the ribs. There's the foul, there's another foul. The block shot is irrelevant. Free throws coming for Monsieur Hotel. Hotel, his first free throw of the game. Just 3 points, but he has 7 assists for Asvel, more than anybody else in the black jersey, or they misses the second free throw. Tamir Blatt actually leads everybody in assists. He has 8 to his name. Jimmy Clark gets another basket and a high screen and roll with John De Bartolomeo, or pick and pop, should we say, and Villeban did a poor job trying to defend that. Celias, one dribble, misses the jump shot. Asvel, ice cold from downtown. Missed all 6 of their 3-point attempts so far in the second half. That high screen again between De Bartolomeo and Clark, and again Jimmy Clark gets the score, and Coach Poupé has seen enough. From up 14 to down 5, his team's in trouble. Asvel 63, Maccabi 68.
If they go again with this screen between guards, we blue. Okay, now if they go again, screen between guards, they're trying to target, we blue. C'est clair pour tout le monde. Offensively. Let's play a little faster, okay? Next one, we got flash clear with the flip. Okay, flash clear. Tu seras le premier ici, pose-le. That will be Ryan on that side. Edwin there. Okay, use the first one, see if we have anything. Pass back to Glenn, hit the corner, and we flip it. Okay, let's go, play with more speed. Allez, allez, allez!
The key message in there from Coach Poupé said he wants his team to play with more speed. Hesitant perhaps, they had a 14-point lead. Maybe they're very early to start thinking about it at halftime, but they're playing just to kind of ride the game out. There was that sense of urgency they had, particularly on the defensive end. It's what they need to get back to. It's a 7-1 run to start the fourth period in favor of Maccabi, who are looking very much like the team that won 4 games in a row before going down last time out away to Milan. Timeout called by Villeban. Trail by 5. Watson feeds Brian Angola, who's been so quiet in this game. Watson has not, though. He's got Zach Hankins to worry about. He crossed him over, draws the foul. Hankins second in the game. Hankins, one of those players who just always seems to be enjoying himself, even when things are going badly. It's like he just loves playing the game of basketball. Great crossover move by Edwin Jackson, turns into a fadeaway jump shot. The athletic follow-up by Paul Abua. He draws the foul in the air as he tries to stick home the putback, and it's Marcio Santos, I believe, has been called for his second foul. That will send Abua to the free throw line, where he's 2 of 2 so far tonight. Nine points to his name for Abua. stays at 9 as he misses both free throws. Good hustle by Di Bartolomeo to save the loose ball with the rebound. And there's that guard-to-guard screen at the top, and then a foul's called. Edwin Jackson getting tangled up with Marcio Santos in the low post, so it'll be Tel Aviv possession on the baseline. One way to try and stop a big man from posting up is to give him a shove in the back. Bartolomeo, ambitious three-point shot, well defended and well rebounded by Abua. Angola gets fouled shooting the three. Clark is the man who's called for the foul. I'll make that 2 fouls on Jimmy Clark. Brian Angola looking to get his first points of the game. 3 free throws to come. Angola has averaged over 15 points a game since he came to Asvel. Round 23. And these his first points he's scored in this one. Three for 3. Halts the bleeding, gets Villeban within 2 points. Sorkin back in the action for Maccabi. Clark on the dribble. Sorkin wide open. Clangs the three off the back iron. And then the hustle play. Glyn Watson, slow to get up. He's probably thought about bouncing back up. The referee's called a foul. And Sorkin, Watson in a heap. Fans want unsportsmanlike foul. Watson's looking for somebody to help him up. And he's slow. He's saying that is his shoulder he's holding. There's the foul from Clark. Tough, but well, you see what's happened is he's landed on the basketball. And even though it's got 9 pounds of pressure, that wouldn't feel good. There it is. It's that hard clang. It would have just twisted his joint. Naturally, see his left arm is at a funny angle as he hits the floor. I'm no physio or medic, but Glyn Watson will probably be dribbling right-handed only the rest of this game, the way he hit the floor. Medical team give him a full assessment. He will sit down. As they've had to have medical attention on the court. Well, Watson not recovering easy, so this is going to be a difficult time for him. He certainly won't be suiting the 2 free throws that he's got coming his way. Jimmy Clark, 3 fouls committed by him. Expect Ertel to step in, I would imagine, as Clark, wow, that shoulder. Hopefully it's not been dislocated. So you see that lump, that pop at the top as it come out of its joint, ball and socket. This is not something that they want to fix that on the court, but normally if you're going to fix it, you fix it right away. Now Coach Poupé is having a chat with the referee about it's going to be a coach's challenge. Is this going to be an unsportsmanlike foul that is called? We're listening to the referees. It is indeed a coach's challenge.
white is the best one, right? White? What is your opinion?
We don't see the space. Let's try this from the basket left. Sorry. No, but he's going for the ball.
I'm agreed. He's going for the ball and he provocated contact. It's a foul, but normal.
He didn't go under. He just went for the ball.
Some delay. The referees leave the call the way it is. Probably the right decision. Fortunate for Glyn Watson, but it wasn't the foul itself. It wasn't unsportsmanlike. So it will be 2 free throws for Asvel. It looks like David Lighty stepping to the line to shoot the pair. With Lighty replacing Glyn Watson. It's a slightly bigger lineup out there now for Asvel, with Abua and Massa in the front court. Then you've got Angola, Jackson and Lighty, all similar in height. 67 points for Asvel, or as our commentator says, 6-7. Surely you thought that would have been gone by now, but no, it's still there. Thankfully, it's 68 points each. 7 minutes left in the 4th period. Clark working against Lighty. Step back jump shot, short. Defensive rebound, Angola. Well, Coach Poupé said in the last time out he wanted to see his team play faster. Right now they're playing behind the 3-point line. Abua squares up and makes a long, tough jump shot. The 3-pointer for Abua. How's that for confidence for the big man? He goes to 12 points. Clark dribbling but not really going anywhere. Finally attacks the rim high on the backboard, and that's going to be a hard foul committed by Angola. And I've seen those turn into unsportsmanlike. It goes high, and Angola, oh, and it's actually not. It's Paul Abua who commits the foul. Looked like Angola had pulled him back, but it was Abua who just got the arms hooked up. Just the 2nd foul in the period for Villeurbanne. Notice Maccabi have already committed 5, so Asvel have an advantage there in the foul count. They've got fouls to give, and they will go to the free throw line for any mistakes made by Maccabi. David Blatt back in the game, defended by Jackson. Slips the bounce pass through Sorkin. He's fouled, and if that's Massa, that'll be 3 fouls on him, and Sorkin is already limbering up at the free throw line, ready to shoot 2. Angola with the slap down, but then see Massa arm round the waist. Looking like some form of ballroom dancing. Instead, it's an off-the-ball foul, and Roman Sorkin continues to make his free throws, as does his team. They're 13 of 15 now at the line. Maccabi make that 14 of 16. Roman Sorkin has made all 6 of his attempts, and Tamir Blatt now has 9 assists. Asvel leading by a point, 71-70. Angola kicks to the wing, where Abua steps up and makes another 3-pointer. Paul Abua, 40% 3-point shooter, averaging just 7 points a game, and he has been huge in this 4th period. Tamir Blatt, though, answers in kind. Asvel leading by a point. Well, should he put the ball in the hands of Abua again? He's spotting up on the wing for three. Offers the screen for Jackson. Slips to the basket where Jackson penetrates, drops off. There's a block shot and a shot clock violation. Good defense there from Maccabi. I think it was Horde who came and got the block shot. Blatt slips it through. Lavi finds Ord, finds Sorkin. Keeps the ball, big rebound, Roman Sorkin, but he can't convert the layup. And then he gets away with a foul. Coach Poupé not happy about that non-whistle. Angola running the point guard position for Asvel, misses the three. Lonnie Walker, how desperately Maccabi would love him to get some points going now. The hesitation, the crossover, the double pump, no foul is called. Walker livid about the non-call, and Paul Abua gets rejected at the rim. Horde, however, is called for the foul. What a defensive play by Jalen Horde. The no-look pass, Abua goes strong. Well, he gets him on the arm. Great hustle by Horde. But it'll be Paul Abua going to the free throw line, looking to add to his career high. 15 points he's got so far tonight. Had 12 points in the game earlier this season. 3 of 6 from three-point land. There's another career best for Abua. After making his first 2 free throws earlier in the game, he's missed 3 in a row now. Nervous times in this round 32 action. With just 4 minutes left, it's going to be the team that can convert, that can execute down the stretch. And that means making free throws. Abua now 2 of 6. Walker. Blatt, the man who's created more buckets than anybody else tonight, creates one for himself. Tamir Blatt, 3 of 6 from downtown. He goes to 11 points. It's another lead change, this time in favor of Maccabi, as Lavi commits the foul. That will send Villeban to the free throw line. Abua has now missed 4 in a row. Might be feeling a bit of pressure to right the wrongs. Tamir Blatt, 1 assist away from a double. Gaetan Muller, general manager of Asvel, now CEO of Asvel Villeban. As Abua makes the free throw, sigh of relief for him and his teammates. Abua makes a pair. $76 points apiece as Coach Katash goes offense, defense with the substitutions. He's got DeBartolomeo out on the floor. 3-point threat along with Blatt. It's a 3-way as DeBartolomeo steps inside for the mid-range deuce. Maccabi with some offensive rhythm take the lead. Angola pulls up, answers for the home side. The whistle goes, we've got a timeout called by Maccabi. They've been pegged back, it's 78 points apiece. Timeout called by Maccabi, Rapyd Tel Aviv. we look at the lead changes, of which there have been many in this game. Biggest lead of the game, 14 points, which was held by Asvel at the half. Maccabi swung that around, led by 5 points early in this period, but now we're right back where we were at the beginning of the game. Let's listen to Coach Katash. Tamir Blatt, double-double, only one in this game, 11 points, 10 assists. Again, he does his damage off the bench, Tamir Blatt. Plays less than 20 minutes a game and leads his team in assists. Just under 5 assists every night on the floor. Priceless asset to his team. And he gets assist number 11. Surely, travel is called though. Massa contesting the shot of Horde, who doesn't release the basketball. There's the catch. Yeah, he hasn't released it at all. He's got to come down first. And they're not doing funky dance move. That's a travel signal. Turnover, number 9 for Maccabi. Now, pressure on Villeban. Does Asvel get the score? No, they don't, because it's a steal. The Bartolomeo slips it back to Blatt, who surveys the floor, and then Lonnie Walker is fouled immediately by Shaquille Harrison. It will be sideline possession for Asvel. Lonnie Walker, leading scorer on the season for Maccabi, has just 2 points tonight. Both of those points coming from the free throw line. Is it time for him to step up and give his team some action? Blatt lobs. Oh, what a play! Tamir Blatt fired up, and how's about that? Puts it on a plate for Roman Sorkin, who adds Bodia Massa to his victim list for slam dunks with the alley-oop punch home. Sorkin loved that moment, as did the Maccabi fans in attendance. Now, Roman Sorkin becomes the only player in this game with 20 points. And he gives his team a 3-point lead. Asvel, can they respond? Jackson goes to Angola. Asvel need their leading scorer to do something right now. And what he does is he makes the bounce pass to Massa, who gets from behind the backboard. Bodia Massa converts. Excuse me, that's Paula Bua with a magnificent layup. Jalen Horde, he's been so quiet tonight. Oh, what a pass again! It's Blatt to Sorkin. Just fantastic basketball by the point guard of Maccabi. And then Angola is fouled. And he's going to get 3 free throws. Ward frustrated with the call, saying that he was being pulled. By the shooter. But no matter what, Angola goes to the free throw line. Angola averaging 15 points a game. Has come up with just 5 points so far, and we're in deep in crunch time. Huge moment for his team. He has 3 free throws. His team is trailing by 3 points. Well, Coach Poupe said he needed his team to be better at every facet of the game, which is exactly what they were in the first half. They were not in the third period, but they've got back in the fourth period. But now, as the pressure mounts, Angola misses his second free throw. Converts the third, he's 5 of 6. Maccabi by a point, 90 seconds left in the fourth period. Blatt, who's matched a career high with 12 assists so far tonight, gets another triple to go, 4 of 7 from downtown. Tamir Blatt staking his claim as the player of the game, especially if his team wins it. Jackson gets fouled. De Bartolomeo slapping the veteran small forward of Asvel on the back. That will send Jackson to the line. His first free throw attempts of the game.
In any case, yes, I didn't stop because they were leaving very fast. Yeah, don't worry. Yeah, please. What's the value? Basket value, yes.
Checking the value of the Tamir Blatt jump shot. Was that a 2 or a 3?
This one.
Free throws to come now for Edwin Walker after that thankfully short delay. What a game Blatt is having. Such composure is shown. Jackson misses the free throw. Does not get the second to go, and is that a crucial turning point in this game? Maccabi lead by 4 points as we hit the final minute of crunch time. It's that man Blatt once more, feeding that man Sorkin. He misses the jump shot. Angola gets the rebound. Asvel needs something in a hurry. They do not get it as the jump shot is missed, and Blatt gets the rebound. He feeds Sorkin in the break. Jackson has no option but to commit the foul. And Roman Sorkin will shoot 2 free throws. Jackson got a big piece of the ball, but he got a big piece of the arm afterwards. You can see what it means to Tamir Blatt, what an impact he's been off the bench.
Yes. So, because you go, I will give you the opinion first.
Listen to the referees as they review this call.
We have only the logo on the screen. Yeah, now. Give me the control, let's go back. So, this one under the basket. For me, it's normal one because we try to play the ball and he provoked the contact in the forehand, so they check another.
This time, not quite so quick to a decision, as Edwin Jackson clearly smacked the ball before he got the arm. Foul is correct call. So Roman Sorkin will eventually go and shoot 2 free throws. Four fouls for Edwin Jackson now, matching the 4 fouls of Bodian Massa, also of Asvel. Sorkin, 7 of 7 at the free throw line. As he makes the free throws to career high in assists for Tamir Black now. 13 assists to go along with 14 points. He's been exceptional off the bench. Misses the free throw from Sorkin. A chance for Asvel, but it'll be hard to see him doing this. Don't forget they lost Glyn Watson. Angola gets the layup. But now with under 30 seconds left, well, Walker better get it over half court, that's for sure. Well, that whistle should have blown. It's take your pick, charge and foul, or 8-second count. Either way, the ball goes back to Villeban. Lavi, a little bit too casual. Great hustle by Light. He steps right in there. That's a good call. So Villeban down and out, dead and buried just moments ago. Now we'll get the ball back, and timeout called, looking to try and send this to overtime. Maccabi a little bit too casual, but they've got the lead. Timeout called. Asvel 84, Maccabi 87. Well, clear decision from Coach Poupre on the shot that he wants. Now the question is Coach Katash even going to let Asvel shoot a three-point shot? Could just foul on the inbound pass, put Asvel on the line to shoot 2 free throws. It's a gamble because they could make one, miss one, and get the ball back. Asvel trailing by 3 points. They'd love a clean look at the basket to go. Try and send this to overtime. Don't forget they've lost Glyn Watson with that shoulder injury. Hopefully he'll be okay. Certainly won't be back in this game. Angola guarded by Jimmy Clark. Angola working. Here comes Jackson. He's not going to get a three that way. In fact, he goes and gets fouled to shoot free throws. But it will only be 2. Wide the Bartolomeo will be frustrated with the foul being called on him. He's always been a tough-nosed defender. Bartolomeo, he's fouling him all the way down the lane, so there's no question about the foul being called. But Jackson, now he's got a decision to make. First of all, he needs to make the first free throw, that's for sure. He missed both last time he came to the free throw line. Suppression on the veteran. And he gets it. Clatters around, rattles around, but it still counts as a point. Now a decision. Does he make it and then pressure up, try to get a steal and foul? Or does he miss and try and get the ball back? He misses on purpose. Sorkin comes up with the ball, and that's going to be it. Bartolomeo, who's made 16 free throws in a row, will go to the line with 3.4 seconds left. John de Bartolomeo, who's 100% on free throw attempts this season. So Edwin Jackson fouls out. Sorkin couldn't quite get the rebound, and then de Bartolomeo gets shoved in the back. Stops the clock, gives him free throws. One of the most reliable free throw shooters in the EuroLeague. Made 100% of his free throws attempted this season. And that streak continues. He re-establishes a 4-point lead for Maccabi. Timeout called by Asvel. They've got a puzzle to solve. They trail 85 points to 89.
Zach here. Okay. Ryan. Go John. Yeah, Paul. Paul. Yeah. Go like this. See, come up, curl around. If we have this one for a shot, fine. Same time. So Brian, after you set the screen, right away, follow. We want to be here, over a free throw line. Okay? And right away, when Brian leaves, we go join C for Paul. So we go 1, 2, 4, 3.
Well, important here. Just 3.4 seconds left. So for Asvel, there's no such thing as a 4-point basket. If you're Maccabi, you just stay in back and let them shoot it, or you try and make them take a couple of seconds off the clock. The timeout means that Villeban advanced the ball into the front court. The last set that Coach Poupé drew up, they needed a 3 and they end up getting 2 free throws, of which Jackson makes 1 of 2. Zach Selias comes for the ball. And Zach Selias gets the ball and he shoots an air ball, which will end the game. A sigh of relief from Maccabi. Coach Katash said each of their remaining games has to be treated like a final. Well, they've just won the final. Number 1, 7 more to go. Villeban, well, their frustration will be borne out in their body language.